Why won't the 21st century start in the year 2000? You'll find out as one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac Grand Am in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed the contest between three great contestants. Did you answer the first question correctly? The first century was year 1 to year 100. So the second century began with the year 101. Therefore, January the 1st, 2001 is the beginning of the 21st century. And I guess the year 2000 is the last of the old century. Can you hardly wait until that happens? I can hardly wait until this show starts because we've got a champion, Teresa Schechter, who has won twice, and twice has turned down a beautiful trip to Paris. And, of course, we added $1,000 to the pot yesterday. But Teresa says, I'm coming back to try and win the car today.
Yes,
And I wish you good luck. Teresa, of course, is the graphic designer for a newspaper here in town, and they've let her off to come here and make all this money. I hope.
They're expecting free coffee when I get there. Or lunch or something.
Maybe you'll take them all on a trip to Paris. You never know.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Let's meet the two new players who are going to try and wrest your title away from you.
Our first challenger, Monty, is a man who used to clown around. Seriously, he did. He is John Bratton. And a lady who is the brand new head of the class for 7th graders, Rita Marr.
Welcome to our show, John and Rita. Teresa's won twice. She's trying to win 3 times today, and you're going to try and stop her. Here's how we play the game. There are 3 answers to every question. We expect you in the first and second rounds just to give me 1 answer each. And when you do, when all 3 of you score, that means that you get $10 apiece. If 2 of you score, you get $25 each. And if only 1 person comes up with the answer in a round, it's worth $50 to that person in this first round of questioning. You buzz in as soon as you see all the questions on the board, not ahead of time. You buzz in too fast, we lock you out, and then you have to answer third. Are you ready to go? Poise your fingers and sharpen your brains. Bib is a type of lettuce. Bermuda is a type of onion. Now, here are the names of 3 other types of vegetables. Pick one and name the kind of vegetable it is. Look at the screen. The crookneck, the rose, and the purple top. And Teresa's in.
White rose is a kind of cabbage.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Rita?
Yellow crookneck is a squash.
That's correct. John?
Purple top is a kind of lettuce.
No, it's a turnip, and the white rose was a potato. And you know what, Rita? You've got $50 all to yourself. Since you're the only one who scored, you get the whole 50. When you're talking about the most influential American pop musician of the 60s, you're talking about Bob Dylan. I'll give you part of the titles of 3 classic Dylan songs. Pick one and complete it. Look at the screen. Like Up, Positively, and Knockin' On. Teresa?
Like a Rolling Stone.
Correct. Rita?
Knocking on your door.
No, Knockin' on Your Door is not right. John?
Positively 4th Street.
Yeah, that's correct. And you were close, Rita. It's Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Teresa and John get $25 each. And now we go to nicknames. In World War I, the soldiers were known by nicknames that identified them with their nation. I'll give you 3 of those nicknames. Pick one. Give me the name of the nation. Jerry Tomiyasi. Teresa?
Jerry is Germany.
Right. John?
Ozzy is Australian.
Right. And Rita?
Tommy, we're British.
That's correct. So 3 all get $10. And we go on to movies. Everybody loves the wonderful cartoon animals created by Walt Disney. Here are the names of 3 of them. Pick a name and tell me the kind of Disney animal it is. Look at the screen. Scamp and Basil and Monstro. No Mickey Mouse here. Rita?
Scamp is a dog.
It's right, a puppy dog in Lady and the Tramp. Teresa?
Monstro is a dragon.
Sorry, it's not right. John?
Basil is a dog.
No, Basil was the mouse in The Great Mouse Detective. And Monstro was the whale in Pinocchio. Rita knows her Disney and gets $50. So we'll go from Disney to the Bible. In the Bible stories, we associate the lion's den with Daniel and the burning bush with Moses. Now, I want you to name the biblical characters who are most closely associated with these biblical items. Look at the screen. The ladder from heaven, the coat of many colors, and the sling with a stone. John?
The coat of many colors was Joseph.
Correct. Teresa?
The sling with a stone was David.
Right. Rita?
The ladder from heaven was Jacob.
All 3 are correct. $10 apiece. You know your Bible. One thing I like about this show is we go from Disney to the Bible, and now we're in show business, and it's music, and you have to have a general information. Lee Majors is certainly a major TV star. He's played successful roles on The Virginians and Owen Marshall. I'll give you facts about 3 other roles he's played on TV series. Pick one and name the series. Look at the screen. The Stuntman, The Astronaut, and Barbara Stanwyck's co-star. Rita.
Hollywood stuntman was. Oh, sorry.
A
Teresa.
bionic astronaut was the $6 million man.
Yes, and John.
Barbara Stanwyck's co-star was The Big Valley.
That's right. He's the Hollywood stuntman in the show that's currently running The Fall Guy. So Teresa and John get $25 each. Let's look at the score. Rita has $120, but Teresa and John have $70 each. People are drinking more imported beer these days, and these are some of the popular brands that they're buying. Pick one, name the country that it's from. Look at the screen. Carlsberg and Guinness Stout and Dos Equis. Rita.
Dos Equis is Mexico.
Good. John?
Carlsberg is Holland.
No, it's not. Teresa?
Carlsberg is Danish.
That's correct. And Guinness Stout was from Ireland. So Teresa and Rita pick up $25 each. We all know that the letters UN stand for the United Nations. We all know that specialized agencies of the UN are known by their initials as well. So here are 3 sets of initials of UN agencies. Pick one. Tell me what the initials stand for. WHO, UNICEF, and IMF. Rita.
WHO is the World Health Organization.
Correct. John?
The IMF is the International Monetary Fund.
Good. Teresa?
UNICEF is the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund.
That is absolutely right. And so all 3 of you are correct, and you get $10 each. You know, sometimes you may get buzzed out by taking so long to read what I have just read to you, all those things. So go right into the answer, and don't let that man with his fast buzzer over there buzz you out. Which means I took too long to explain that. Switzerland has 3 official languages. I'm going to give you 3 languages. Pick one and tell me yes or no. Is it one of the official languages of Switzerland? They are German, French, and Italian. John?
French is an official language.
Yes. Teresa?
French is an official
He
language.
just said French.
Oh dear, German is the official language.
Rita?
Italian is.
Yes, all 3 were official languages. It was sort of a trick question, but you were too smart for me. 3 Broadway hit musicals based on the lives of real people use just the first name of the leading character as the title. So here are the first name titles. You give me the last name of the real-life person that the show is about. Fiorella Watt, Gypsy, and Evita.
Gypsy Rose Lee.
How did you know I was calling on you first, John? You're first.
Sorry.
It said you were first on your desk.
Yes.
Right. Gypsy Rose Lee is correct. Rita?
Fiorella was Fiorella LaGuardia.
That's right. And Teresa?
Evita Perón.
Yes, all correct. $10 each. End of round 1. Good match going here with Rita in the lead with 175, Teresa 125, John 100. We double the stakes in round 2 coming right up. Getting to know our contestants on the show at the break. We've already talked to our champion a few times, so we'll talk to John. John, the clowning around, were you a clown?
I was, yes, a clown with the Shrine Circus.
Was it fun?
It was great fun. Yeah, I met some very strange and wonderful people.
What are circus people like, generally speaking?
Generally, they work very hard and they're very warm people, but it takes a while for them to warm up to you because they have a family kind of atmosphere.
But once you break in, you're part of
Once
that
you break
family.
in, you're part of the family, and it's wonderful.
Very interesting. Rita, you've gone back to teaching school?
Yes, I have.
You were a teacher and then gave it up for a while, came back?
Actually, I worked in a special ed class for a number of years and decided to get my teaching degree, which I did. And then for various reasons, I wasn't in the field for a couple of years, and suddenly, just very recently, I received a grade 7 class, which are a bunch of great kids.
Yeah, oh, it's a tough age. Usually
It's
around
an
12 years old.
interesting
and so on.
age. Oh, no, because they're just going between childhood and adulthood, and they're forming their own ideas. It's a challenge. It is
Well,
a challenge.
I think the way you answer that question, you're really suited for teaching. I'm very happy that
We'll
they're in
see.
your hands. Now, we go right back to our game and go into the second round. In the second round, as before, each of you are expected to answer what part of the question, but this time we double the money amounts. If all 3 of you answer correctly, you will get $20 each. If 2 of you answer, it's $50. If one of you answers all by herself or himself, it's $100 and a chance for the John to make a comeback and surpass Rita and Teresa. Here we go with this round, and of course you're jockeying for position in the countdown round, which gives you an advantage going for the car. Ethnic restaurants seem to be the in places to go these days, and these are some of the well-known foods they're serving. Pick one and tell me its country of origin. Look at the screen. Prosciutto, gazpacho, and toad in the hole. Rita?
Prosciutto's from Italy.
Yes. Teresa?
Gazpacho is Mexican.
No, gazpacho does not originate in Mexico. John?
Toad in the hole would be English.
Yes, and gazpacho was from Spain originally. Mexico adopted it from them, but we're talking about the country of origin, so John and Rita get $50 each. Many of our everyday sayings, like sour grapes, are from the fables attributed to Aesop. Now, here are 3 famous sayings from his fables, but one word is missing. Each case you name, it's the name of an animal that's missing. Fill in the saying, you'll name the animal. A something, and there's something share, and a sheep's clothing. Everything's missing. John, what's missing?
A dog in the manger.
A dog in the manger. Rita?
The lion's share.
Right. And Teresa?
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
That was an easy one, wasn't it? We all know our fables. $20 each. Here are a few famous real-life men named Oliver, but only a few. Here are facts about 3 famous Olivers. Pick one and give me his last name. Look at the screen. The Lord Protector, Laurel's partner, and a villain. John?
Laurel's partner was Oliver Hardy.
Oliver Hardy. Right. Teresa?
The villain in the movie Oliver was Oliver.
Rita?
The 17th century protector was Cromwell.
Yes, Oliver Cromwell. And the villain in the movie Oliver is Oliver Reed. That's the one who played that. John and Rita get $50 each. Now we go to wines. Wine connoisseurs will generally agree that the basic color of wines are either red or white. Select a wine from this list and name its traditional color, red or white. Look at the screen. Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Teresa?
Pinot Noir is red.
Correct. Rita?
Cabernet is red.
That's right. And Chardonnay?
Chardonnay is white.
You all know your wines, don't you? $20 each. In the mid-60s, Roger Miller was the working-class hero of the music business. I'll give you part of the titles of 3 of Roger Miller's top 10 hits. Pick one and complete it. Look at the screen. King of the Engine in England. And Teresa, you're first.
Oh, King of the Road.
King of the Road is right. Rita?
Engine, going so fast?
No. John?
Engine number 9.
Good. And England's Swings was the other one. So Teresa and John are going to get $50 each for that one. Let's look at the score. Rita still has a slight lead over John, and Teresa's in 3rd place. English is read from left to right, and Chinese goes from top to bottom. Tell me the direction in which these languages are normally read. Look at the screen. Greek, Arabic, and Japanese. John?
Japanese is read from right to left.
Sorry, that's not correct. Teresa?
Arabic is read from right to left.
That is correct. Rita?
Greek is from left to right.
Yes, and Japanese goes from top to bottom. Sorry, John, Teresa, and Rita get $50 each. Let's look at the score. Rita's still in the lead. John's still second. Audrey Hepburn and Katharine Hepburn are 2 of the best actresses to hit the silver screen. I'll give you the titles of 3 films. Pick one and tell me which Hepburn starred in the film. Look at the screen. The Mad Woman of Chaillot, Adam's Rib, and Wait Until Dark. Teresa?
Adam's Rib is Katharine Hepburn.
Correct. John?
Wait Until Dark is Audrey Hepburn.
Yes, and The Mad Woman of Chaillot?
It's Kate.
That's right. You're all right. You know your Hepburns. $20 each. These days of television have given birth to a growing interest in the arts and have made symphony orchestra conductors international stars. I'll give you 3 names. Pick one and tell me if he is a symphony conductor. Look at the screen. Andre Previn, Michael Tilson Thomas, and Zubin Mehta. Rita?
Zubin Mehta is.
Correct. Teresa?
Michael Tilson Thomas is.
Correct. John?
Andre Previn is.
That is right. All 3 right. All 3 are conductors, and you get $20 each. Here are 3 groups of Shakespearean characters. Pick a group and tell me what play they're from. Look at the screen. Regan and Cordelia, Montagues and Capulets, Petruchio and Catherine. Teresa?
Regan and Cordelia is King Lear.
Correct. Rita?
Montagues and Capulets was Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, and John?
Petruchio and Catherine is Taming of the Shrew.
You know your Shakespeare, and $20 each. If you wanted to travel the longest river in Australia, it would be the Darling River. I'll give you 3 other continents. Pick one and name the longest river in that continent. Look at the screen. Africa, South America, and Europe. The longest river, John?
In South America, it's the Amazon.
Correct. Teresa?
In Africa, it's the Nile.
Yes, and Rita?
In Europe, it's the Danube.
No, it's the Volga. Close. I think Danube is second. Teresa and John get $50 each in that particular round, and our gaining goal. Look how close this match is. We have 375, 400, and 425. The lead could change here. Turn on the TV or radio, and you're bound to hear a slogan or a jingle. I'll show you 3 of them. Pick one and name the company or product it's advertising. Look at the screen. You should know these. I think everybody at home knows them if they watch enough television. Teresa?
You Deserve a Break Today is McDonald's.
John?
We Do Chicken Right is Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried.
And Rita?
I don't know.
Don't leave home without it? They'll be so angry that you didn't know this one. Your American Express card.
Oh,
Don't leave home without that answer next time. Teresa and John get $50 each, and look at the way the score is. It's almost a three-way tie. Count Leo Tolstoy is considered one of the greatest writers of the 19th century. I'll give you part of the titles of 3 of his famous works. Pick one and complete the title. Look at the screen. War and Anna and the Death of Ivan. And John?
War and Peace.
Correct. Teresa?
Anna Karenina.
Yes. And Rita?
Ivan Denisovich.
I'm sorry?
The death of Ivan Denisovich.
No, not Denisovich. It says the death of Ivan Ilyich. And I'm sorry that it's not Denisovich. And so Teresa and John get $50 each. And now with that closing finish, John has gone into the lead, will have the edge of the countdown round. Teresa will be second. And Rita, all of a sudden, will be third. It should be a good countdown round right after this. This is the countdown round, which determines who goes for the car. The question is just as before, but when you buzz in this time, you can give me 1, 2, or all 3 answers to the question. Each time you give a correct answer, you count down one number. Whoever counts down to 0 first will be the winner. How many do you have to count down? Well, it depends on where you stood at the end of the second round. John, you were in the lead. You only have to answer 4 questions. Teresa, you were second. You have to answer 5. Rita, you have to answer 6. It's a handicap race, and it makes it a little tougher, but when you can answer all 3 when you jump in, you could come from behind. Let's see who wins this exciting countdown round coming right up. There are specific and well-known names for the bodies of water called seas that separate the countries I'm going to show you. Name the seas between the following countries. Look at the screen. Between Italy and Yugoslavia, between Australia and New Zealand, between Korea and China, and Teresa, our champion, is in.
Between Italy and Yugoslavia is the Adriatic Sea.
That is correct. You may continue.
Between Korea and China is the North China Sea.
Sorry, that is not right. John.
Between Korea and China is the South China Sea.
No, that's not right. And Rita has a chance now.
Between Australia and New Zealand is the Bight.
No, the Tasman Sea. And between Korea and China was the Yellow Sea. So the champion picked up one, and she needs 4, John needs 4, Rita needs 6. Great novels written by women about women have been bestsellers for years. Here are 3 such books, each with a woman's name as the title, written by a woman. Name the author. Look at the screen. Rebecca, Jane Eyre, Emma, Teresa.
Rebecca is Daphne du Maurier.
That's right. You may continue.
Jane Eyre is Emily Bronte.
Sorry, that's not right. Rita?
Jane Eyre is Charlotte Bronte.
You may continue.
And Emma is Jane Austen.
That's right, and you picked up a couple of valuable points, and now you need 4, John needs 4, Teresa needs 3. I told you it was going to be a close one. The events of the American Civil War have been taught in schools for well over 100 years, so I want you to answer these questions about the Civil War. Look at the screen. The first state to secede, the President of the Confederacy, and the capital city of the Confederacy. Teresa.
The President of the Confederacy was Jefferson Davis.
That's right. Continue.
The capital city of the Confederacy was Richmond, Virginia.
That's right, and you just need 1 more to win the game.
The first state to secede from the Union was Virginia.
No, I'm sorry, John, do you know?
The first state to secede from the Union was Georgia.
No, Rita?
North Carolina.
No, South Carolina was the one. John and Rita still need 4, and our champion just needs 1. Will they stop her? In his great film career, Jimmy Stewart has portrayed 3 real-life personalities. I'll show you clues about these real people that Stewart played. You name them. Look at the screen. There they are, and Rita's in first.
First one was Benny Goodman.
No, I'm sorry, that is not right. And now the champ just needs 1.
First one was Glenn Miller.
Yes, you have Glenn Miller, and you have another championship. He played Lindbergh and he played Martin Stratton. And you just snuck that one in and become a champion for a 3rd time today. Congratulations to you. John and Rita, that was one of the closest races we've had in a long time. Very good race. I forgot to ask you, I know you're not a clown now. What do you do now,
I'm
John?
a writer now.
You're a writer? Good luck in your writing.
Thank you.
Take away $500 with you.
Excellent.
Thank you for being with us. And Rita, $425. Take it back and buy some gifts for your kids at school.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you both on the show. And now, Teresa, let's go for the 3rd time and see if we can win that car. Well, Teresa, we're still going for this beautiful car. Sandy?
Well, Monty and Teresa, that's the sporty Pontiac Grand Am, equipped with all the Grand Am standard features like the fuel-injected 4-cylinder engine, cruise control, and AM/FM stereo cassette player, plus air conditioning.
All right, Teresa, you know how we play this game. Back of our car, there are 5 split-second screens, and 3 of them say car. The other 2 say vacation. You have choice to name 3 of the screens that you want, and if you hit the 3, the car is yours. Otherwise, it's the vacation. Call out your numbers today and see if we're lucky.
Number 1.
Turn number 1 around and see if it says car. Are we on our way? No, it says vacation, and again, you picked the wrong one. However, you still are going to get a vacation, and we're going to see where that vacation takes us. Sandy?
Well, Teresa will fly you and a companion to Paris, where you'll stay at a first-class hotel, and from there visit all of Paris's famous landmarks, from the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre.
And because you're a 3-day winner today, I'm going to sweeten the pot so you can have the vacation and $2,000 in cash. Or you can say, no, I'm going to give it up and try for that car again tomorrow.
No, I'm going to give it up and try for the car tomorrow.
All right, we'll see how you do tomorrow. Let's take a look and see where the cars were hitting on today's show. We'll take a look and turn the screens around, and they turn around to show you 2, 3, and 4 were the magic numbers today. Tomorrow, what will they be? And tomorrow, if you're a winner, the odds will increase because we'll put a 4th car up there. See you tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And I hope that you do it. Has this been an exciting time for you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just hang in there. We'll see you tomorrow. Here are your fellow players to wish you well, and we wish you well too as we say thanks for being with us. See you next time on Split Second. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Split Second is a Stephen Haydas, Monty Hall production.